Are you for open borders?
No.
Are you for the wall going up?
No, I don't think it'll make a big difference. I think
Why
it'll.
not?
Well, the overwhelming majority of people who are undocumented and are here are overstaying visas. They're coming in from other countries anyway. So I think that the best way we can cut down on undocumented immigration would be to work with the countries people are coming from to reduce corruption and improve the economies. I think it'll be cheaper, and I think it'll be more effective.
Amazing. And so there are a caravan of illegal aliens coming now, between 3,000 to 4,000, 400,000, I think, something like that. Are you happy that when you turn on the TV, you see these people coming?
I'm not for, so I mean, I'm against crossing the border illegally.
Should we put the wall up before they get there so they can't cross?
We could make it so that they're not even trying to come over here if we actually worked with the countries they're coming from to improve the economy.
So Israel put up a wall around its borders. Was Israel wrong for doing that?
Well, wrong and effective are two different things.
So let's do both. Were they wrong for putting up a border?
Very different situation. Have you been to Israel?
I have.
Have you gone to those areas?
I have.
So have I. I mean, I think that the main, there's a couple differences that are going on there. I mean, one is that Arab Israelis are Israeli citizens, and what you're talking about there is like a very specific security situation. I would still prefer that wall not be necessary, right? But it's not the same situation.
That's
it's not
amazing
analogous
to me.
Yeah.
So again, I'm black and slow, so I need some yes and no's. Was Israel wrong for putting up a border? Yes or no?
It would be up to them to say. Who am I to say if they were right or wrong?
You're saying about our borders.
I'm not saying it would be wrong. I'm saying it's not what I would do. If they want to do it, do it.
The border that Israel put up, is it effective?
I'm not sure.
So all of a sudden you're dumb when it comes to Israel.
If you want to go to ad hominems, by all means.
You're a Jew, man. You know if that wall is effective. You don't keep up with what's happening in Israel?
I keep up with it. I don't know the specifics of how effective the wall is.
You're not being honest right now.
No, I really don't.
No, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I won't accept it, Paul. You do know, but you won't say.
Okay.
And the reason you won't say because you know that wall is effective. You know they did the right thing to put it up, but you won't say it because that means that if you admit this about Israel doing it, you will have to admit that
speculating
we
here.
should put a wall around our border. So you're not being honest.
I'm speculating here.
Shame on you for that.
Do I get to talk at all?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm speculating that in Israel, it's a very different situation to even get in the country. So you don't have in Israel, in what's a very small country, the situation of overstayed visas, which are, again, in the US, most people that are here illegally are not physically crossing a border.
You're deviating
It's just a very
right now.
well, no, it's a different situation.
No, you're deviating. They have a wall. There are other countries that have a wall, and common sense people know that you should put a wall around your house if you have strangers coming in uninvited. And then we have these people coming from S-hole countries, and we don't have no idea who's crossing the borders. We could have Bin Laden folks coming.
Okay, but let's think pragmatically.
MS-13, drugs and violence, and then these women are coming with these babies, no fathers. We have to take care of those babies.
But let me ask you a question.
And you'll say, well, no, I don't know.
Let's say you put up the wall.
But well, Israel did it, but I'm just not sure about
Jesse.
it. I don't believe that, man. I can't believe that.
If Israel puts up, if the US puts up the wall and every person crossing by land is stopped, which is about 35%, you've still got the other 65% that are here on overstayed visas and flying in. What do you do about them?
We need to deal with that.
Okay, how do you do it?
We need whatever it takes.
But how would you do it?
I don't know. I have no idea right now. But
so how do you know the wall is a great idea, but you don't know what else to do?
Stop the flow by putting up the wall, and then we'll start cleaning up the mess inside the home, which is our country. And that's what Israel did, and we should do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm glad Israel did it. It's the right thing to do, but it's also right for my country. And I'm a little surprised you won't admit that because you know it's true.
No, I think we just disagree.
Amazing.
It's crazy to disagree, isn't
it? The children of the lie were screaming, about the illegal alien mothers.
Okay.
Oh, you separated the mothers from the children. Oh, no, don't do it.
Do you agree with me that was drama? They don't care about the illegal aliens, the children or the mothers?
I've seen no evidence that they don't care about the children or the mothers.
Really?
Yeah.
And where is the evidence that they do care?
I tend to believe people are good generally, and I have no reason to suspect that someone who claims to care about the suffering of others doesn't really care.
Then why don't we hear the same cry out or crying when women inside this country commit crimes? They go to prison and the kids are left behind.
I think
why
you do
are
hear
they
that.
saying that, oh, listen, don't separate the mothers because
I
these
think you do hear
illegal
that.
alien women are committing a crime by coming here
Yeah.
illegally and trying to get into our country. They care about that, but they don't care about the women who are citizens of this country committing crimes and going to prison.
I just read a very interesting piece about women's prisons in the New York Times, and it does seem people care about that.
Amazing. And you believe that they do care?
I have no reason to doubt it, yeah.
I want to ask, the Great White Hope, more people working now? I believe I just saw a report, 7.1, I think, million jobs are available now. They don't have people trained well enough to take those jobs. Is that a good thing that the president has done?
What did he do?
Bring back jobs?
How?
It doesn't matter how. He's brought them back. Is that a good thing?
If you're going to claim he did it, you have to explain how.
Is that a good thing that it happened?
It's
Because
good
of
for there
time,
to
is that a
be
good-
jobs. The
I'm sorry?
question is, what did he do to bring the jobs back?
Whatever he did, is
But
it a good
can
thing?
you
that-
identify what he did?
I just told you, man. I'm
So
running
how
out
do you
of
know he
time.
did it?
Is it a good thing that he did or not?
Jobs are good. I'm
Okay.
asking you what Trump did
So
to
you're
create
saying yes
them.
to that? What type of, what kind of hate are you against?
All forms of hate against all forms of people and everyone.
Like what, for example?
Well, we're against hate towards immigrants and hateful rhetoric towards immigrants and refugees, like we hear coming from the president so often lately. That is something we're absolutely against as Christians.
And when you say immigrants, you mean illegal aliens?
I mean immigrants of all types.
How about the illegal aliens?
People who are undocumented, absolutely, yes. They're God's children the same as documented Americans.
What makes you think that they are God's children? They have all types of diseases. They bring violence. They have out of wedlock children. They come here expecting free stuff to start the life out of America. What makes you think that they are God's children?
That could be said of anybody who's in any country.
But that's true about the illegal aliens. Why do you call them God's children?
Of course they're God's children.
What made them God's
the
children?
refugee in the caravan coming over from Central America is the same before God as I am or you are. Anyone who in America who's documented, there's nothing special about being, I'm American, and so that means I'm more of God's child than that person. That's
But
not
what made
scripture.
these dirty people that come here illegally God's children?
Well, I would first of all debate the fact that they're dirty. I think
They're
that that's
full of
a
diseases
very,
and crimes and
That's
drugs
just
and
not true.
out of wedlock birth, all
Well,
kind of stuff. And right now they're at the borders of Tijuana and Mexico and San Diego, and it's been reported they're brought in all kind of diseases.
Well,
They're
I'd
getting
like to
sick,
see that
and they're not
report.
wanted in Tijuana either.
I'd like to see that report, like that proves that, because I've seen reporters in there with a lot of these people, and they're just trying to flee crime. They're trying to flee poverty. You know, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, they were at one point refugees going into Egypt.
If they're trying to flee all those things, why didn't they stop in other countries before reaching to America? Why didn't they stop in El Salvador or Mexico or one of those countries? Why they walk right through to come here if they are truly trying to flee crime and all that?
Well, we're supposed to be the city that's on a shining hill, right? I mean, America's supposed to be the Statue of Liberty, a place people come for hope and for help, for mercy. I hope that we become that again, because that's what made America great, is that we were a country that it said, you know, give us, you're tired, you're poor. That was what made America great. I hope we get back to that after
Why
Trump.
didn't they stop off in Mexico if they're fleeing violence?
I don't
Why
really,
did they pass through Mexico to here?
I don't know all the answers to every single case. All I know is that this is a humanitarian crisis.
But it's not humanitarian because they're not fleeing a war or anything. They're just coming here for free stuff.
Oh, that's not true.
No, it is
they're
true.
coming here. If you hear the folks talk, and I've talked
But
to
they're
some of
liars.
these people.
They're not honest people. They're breaking the law, so they're liars anyway.
Well, if that's the case, then you could say the same for your president, because he breaks the law and he lies. He's lied over 4,000 times.
Are you referring to the Great White Hope?
Okay. First of
Are
all,
you referring to him though, the Great White Hope?
well, okay. First of all, I want to know why it matters that he's a white hope, and then I want to know who he's a hope for.
Right.
I'm asking you, like who is he? Who does he represent hope for?
Well, first of all, are you referring to the Great White Hope?
I'm referring to Donald Trump.
Okay, the Great White Hope.
Yeah.
He loved America first. He loved the world, but he's a nationalist, so he put the country first. First time I've seen that happen in my lifetime on this earth. Is it wrong for the president to put the country first?
Well, I don't think that nationalism is a good thing. No.
Why not?
We've seen where that ends up.
Are
in
you a
history.
nationalist?
No.
What are you? Are you a communist?
No.
Are you a socialist?
No, I'm not.
What are you if you're not a
I'm
nationalist?
progressive. I'm a progressive. I'm a Democrat.
How can you be a progressive and be a Christian?
Well, I think that Jesus was a progressive.
Why do you think that about Jesus?
Absolutely. He came and he changed the order of things. He came and he brought a new message, and he brought a new kind of hope and a new message of love. And if you look at what Jesus talked about the least of these, I mean, he said, give them the shirt off your back. If they ask for your tunic, give them your cloak also. I mean, that was the message of Jesus. He
But
said,
Jesus came
welcome
for,
the stranger.
He came for salvation. These people are not being saved by breaking the law to come here and forcing their way into our country. Would you agree?
Well, they're not breaking the law by asking for asylum. That doesn't break
But
the
they
law.
are. They're trying to cross the fence. They're attacking the border patrol.
Well,
they're doing everything.
There were a couple that were throwing some rocks.
Yeah,
I don't think
more than a
that
couple.
constitutes as an attack. I mean, this entire process by the president has made the process illegal, because there is a legal process for coming and asking for asylum.
For refugees. These are not refugees.
Well, they are.
No, some of these women just walk across the border and they drop the baby across the border and call anchor babies,
Oh.
and they become citizens. You think that's fair?
I think that's a mischaracterization.
No, it's true.
I think that's part of the propaganda that's going out about people who are just coming for hope and are just desperate for a chance.
It's a hope when they come and suck the life out of our social system. These illegal alien mobs are sucking the life out of our system.
Immigrants pay taxes, even those that are
No, they don't.
undocumented.
No, they don't pay taxes.
If you look at communities that have a high rate of immigrants, undocumented
aliens.
or not, those communities thrive. If you look at the
Because
statistics.
they get all this free stuff.
No, because they're paying taxes and they're also taking jobs Americans don't want. So we do need reform. I agree with you there. We need reform, but it needs to be the whole system, and it needs to be compassionate. As a Christian, I think reform needs to be mercy first and compassion.
Do you agree that these illegal aliens are breaking the law by coming here?
No, they're not. Presenting yourself for asylum and asking, that is our lawful
But when
process.
they break into the country, that's breaking the law.
Breaking in, if they're not actually asking for asylum and going through those channels, the thing is,
Are they breaking the law at that point?
Well, the whole system is a mess. I mean, it's breaking, there's so many things that could be constituted as, oh, this is breaking the law. I mean, our system needs reform because there aren't channels to go through. People say, go get in the back of the
There
line.
are
There's no
channels. They
line.
can come through the front door.
They're trying.
No,
That's
they're
the
not.
point.
These illegal mobs are breaking the law because they're lawless people. They're nasty, dirty people.
I actually don't agree. I believe that as a follower of Christ, it's our mandate to go. We're actually going to the border. We're going to the border next Saturday, going to San Diego. We're taking our own caravan of Christians out there to help these people, to give them food.
So you're helping the illegal aliens?
We're helping the refugees.
Are you helping them to break the law to come here?
No, there are churches on the border right now that are helping and doing what Jesus said to do, which is to welcome the
Jesus would
stranger.
not be happy with those so-called democratic Christians because they're not real Christians.
Well, that's not,
Because a real Christian is not a progressive, not a Democrat, not a liberal. The white man founded and created America, the greatest country on this side of heaven. And then they created the Constitution. And one big mistake they made in the Constitution was to allow these people to come here freely from other countries, and then they're coming to your house and turning on you. Why don't white people stop these people from coming? You know, if you're going to come to my house and turn on me, I'm going to stop you from coming. Why won't they stop it?
I think it's a lack of information. I think the people that you're mentioning, like the liberals especially, that want open borders and, oh, the people want to come here, they just want a better life. But it's like, guess what? If you brought everyone here who wants a better life, you're done. There's
That's right.
billions of people that live in,
wants a better life.
yeah, there's billions of people that live in like horrible conditions and brutal poverty. You can't solve global poverty and humanitarian issues with immigration.
Yeah.
And they see the caravan, oh, it's just people that want to work. They're working. And it's like, there's billions of people, India, China, everywhere that want to come here that want to work. But if you just let them all in, you know, they think they're doing the right thing, but they're really destroying the country.
But nowadays they're coming here and they're getting on the system. Free education, free housing, free money, free food, and free everything. They're not necessarily coming here to work anymore. And the Democrats are bringing them just for the votes. They just want to vote. It's not that they care about the illegals, they just want to vote.